How's it going, guys? So today's video, the big question is, are KFlex dead? So welcome back to the channel, and those of you that have followed me for a while will know that I haven't posted a long format video in quite some time, but it is going to become more of a regular thing. So if you're new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can stay up to date on the latest videos. So let's get into it then, and today we're going to be talking about whether KFlex are the best option for a beginner darts player. Now, there's a lot of hype around KFlex ever since Luke Littler burst onto the scene, and KFlex are of course produced by Target, who are arguably the biggest brand in the darts world right now. So what are KFlex? Well, they're an all-in-one flight and stem system that basically enables you to have the best of both in one combination. Now, the benefits of KFlex, obviously being an all-in-one system, means that they're a lot more durable. You don't have to worry about how you hold your darts. When you're taking them out the board, you can be quite rough with them and you're not going to cause any damage to it. That being said, it is a hard plastic. So the big question today is whether the deflections are enough for you to look at alternative options. So I was a big fan of KFlex until I discovered these things, L-Style. L-Style are a very similar design and style to KFlex, but they aren't that all-in-one system. So effectively, you can take off the flights and the stems, but they do become an all-in-one system when you slide that flight over the stem. And what you'll notice is that there's a little molded hood that slides over the top of the stems, and that then of course prevents any Robin Hoods. Now, the reason this question's come about is because I've noticed recently with Luke Littler, when he's thrown his first 2 darts, the last one you'll often see he throws it quite aggressively. And what that allows him to do is effectively force that last dart through the 2 KFlex without then incurring a deflection. The trouble with that is, for an average or beginner darts player, you don't have the confidence to throw that last dart aggressively and force through the KFlex. So that does then beg the question, are KFlex the right option for you as a beginner darts player? Now, this then is where L-Style come into play, because you'll notice the flights on L-Style are a lot thinner plastic, which is very similar to a flight design. The other benefits, they do also have spinning stems, so you can then add that into your setup as well, which will completely eliminate any chance of deflections. So how are we going to put this to the test? Well, we're going to take L-Style on one setup, and then we're going to take KFlex on another. I'm going to throw some darts, and we're going to just take a look at how they react when you're grouping these 2 different sets. Okay, so I've got my 2 sets of darts. I've got the Littler World Championship darts with KFlex, and then I've got Odin Origins with L-Style. They're both the same weight, straight barrels, same length points. So I'm going to throw some darts with the KFlex first and see how they fare up when we're trying to group them. Really look out for those deflections because they are quite drastic in some cases, but let's see if we can make that happen. Well, see, that wasn't too bad, to be fair. It's caught the second dart, but it's actually stayed on track, so it wasn't too bad a deflection, that one. Oh yeah, you can really see it on that third one. I'll play it again, but you can see it from here now. It's completely thrown it off left into the 5. The first dart was fine, the second dart caught but stayed on track. But that third dart really pushed out to the right. Throw 3 more with the KFlex. Oh, stayed in. Yeah, not too bad that time, but that second dart's pretty loose. Look, if you look at that one, not much holding that on, and that's because it's caught the flight. And it's just taken all the power out of the dart when it's hitting. It's just about managed to stay in. So that was the KFlex. I'm going to now switch to the L-Style, and we'll give those a throw and see if you can see the difference. Right, here we go then. Straight in the treble. Oh, Lloyd. Yeah, see, they stay pretty grouped there. It caught the flight. It has pushed over into the 1, but it's nowhere near as big a deflection as what you see on the KFlex. Oh. Yeah, see, that one was actually quite big. That was quite a big deflection there. So that's quite interesting, but I'm going to switch this up just slightly. So these then are where I would say they come into their own, because you've got the spinning stems. So that last shot there with the L-Style, there was quite a big deflection. It's still not, you still don't get as many as KFlex. So this is where this really comes into its own, because you've got the spinning stems and flights. So if you do get a chance of hitting that, it should just follow through and not have too much impact. So we'll throw some with the spinning stems and see how we get on with those. There you go, you could see that on that second dart and that one as well. So doesn't make too much of an impact when they catch the flights, because the flights are spinning. There you go, that was perfect. That was a perfect demonstration. I've followed that first dart with the second. As it's hit, the flight is spun and it's stayed right on track. So in summary, it was pretty clear there that with the KFlex, you do get some big deflections. Now that's not to say that the L style are perfect, because I did also have a bit of a deflection with these as well, but this mimics a traditional flight and stem setup. So it's going to be as close as you can get to that traditional feel, but you do give yourself some advantages by having this little molded part over the top of the stems, so you're eliminating the chance of Robin Hoods. And obviously a normal flight is double layered. This doesn't have that, so you've got no chance of giving yourself a Robin Hood down the flight either. Then you've got the option of the spinning flights, which just adds another string to your bow. So for me, it is definitely the L styles that win this test. Does that mean then that the KFlex are completely dead? Well, obviously not, because they work for Luke Littler. But I think if you're a new darts player or a beginner, then I probably wouldn't choose this option. So don't follow the hype just because the world champion uses it, because it might not be right for you. So thanks again for watching, guys. And if you're new here, remember, hit the subscribe button to stay up to date on the latest videos. And you can also follow me on Instagram and on TikTok, where I'll be posting most of my short form content, but also to keep you guys in the loop about when I'll be next uploading my YouTube video.